Italian surname, John. Maddalena. Yeah.
The catalog does have everything that's ever been used. So we've been working with HBO, their archives in Belfast, Ireland, for the past year to build this auction. And the idea started out like, what can HBO do for their fans? Like, what can they do to like something special? It's been 5 years since the show wrapped. They decided they're never going to go back into this particular world, so it would be okay to sell these things. So my team was there for 3 months, going through the archives, working with their teams to figure out what would be archived, because a huge portion went to the archives. There's a museum in Belfast, and then what we could sell. But the idea that I proposed to the studio was, we need to tell the story. We need to tell all the seasons, bring you back to all the characters you loved, hated, and that's what's here. If there's a moment or a character or a scene or a particular thing that you loved, it's probably in this auction.
So I suddenly realised on my last day on the show that I hadn't taken anything from the set from my 10 years on Game of Thrones, and I thought, I've got to get something, got to have something to show for this. So I ran through this set I was on, rushing to get in the car, and I grabbed literally whatever I could find. So the sum total of what I have from my time on Game of Thrones is a wooden spoon and a straw bowl. So very practical, but perhaps not very glamorous.
I think it's what you're a fan of. If you want some dragon glass from behind the wall, we have that. If you want, a Lannister guard, if you want it, it's all here. And the thing I want to say for fans, which I am one of, it's very accessible. There are things that are going to be 300 or 400 pounds. There are things that are going to be 30 or 40,000 pounds, right? So, but I mean, there's something for everybody in this auction. If you're a fan, take a look, because you might be tempted. The map markers from the tables, when they were planning who was pledging fealty to which, side of the board, whether you were going to the Lannisters or the Starks, or how all the Daenerys, how all this was being manipulated, it's all there for you. So the most expensive thing so far is Jon Snow's sword, Longclaw. So it's it's a really important prop that, it's his sword. I think it's already at $36,000 US. It's hard to predict. The eggs are doing really well. It's a wide assortment. Jaime's armor, I think, is at $25,000. There's so many pieces, there's, like I mentioned before, if you're a fan of Cersei, which I am, there's 12 dresses. If you're a fan of Daenerys, there's 12 costumes. If you like Tyrion, there's probably 10. So there's multiples to choose from. You might pick your 5 favorites and say, okay, if I don't get that one, I want that one. Most auctions have one. Right, there'll be one Daenerys. We wanted to have the widest assortment, so if somebody wanted to put together a collection, if you wanted to have your 4 favorite characters, you can.
There's honestly so much. I do like this costume. I could see myself in it. I think it's quite trendy. I have to say, one of the swords I think would be pretty special, because I never got a sword, so this would be my chance to take one home. I always remember, especially when I was younger, when I was sort of 11, 12, anytime there was a character near me who had a sword, I'd be like, oh, please, can I play with it? Can I have a go? And they'd be like, oh yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. So where should we do that?